If Emily had arrived just 1 minute later, she might have never seen the shadow watching her from the upstairs window. But she didn't know that yet. All she saw was the house. The house that felt wrong the moment she stepped out of the Uber. It stood at the end of Willowcrest Street, a place that looked like every quiet Seattle suburb you'd see on a postcard. But this house? It didn't belong. The others were warm, lived in, lights glowing behind curtains. This one was gray, hollow, abandoned by time. Still, the porch light clicked on the moment she approached. Emily froze. Her breath came out in small white clouds. It wasn't just a lamp turning on. It felt like a greeting, or a warning. She checked the address again, even though she already knew it by heart. 1247 Willowcrest. The address Michael left for her. The address he might have written with shaking hands, knowing he was running out of time. She whispered, "Please, let him be alive." The silver key he gave her felt warm in her palm. Then she noticed the detail that made her chest tighten. The front door was already cracked open. Not enough to enter freely, just enough to say, someone had been here. Someone might still be. Emily pushed the door with trembling fingers. It creaked open slowly, painfully, like it hadn't moved in months. Inside, the darkness swallowed her flashlight beam. Dust, furniture covered in sheets, a faint smell of rain through a broken window, and silence, so heavy it felt alive. Right in the center of the living room, sitting on an old wooden table, a letter with her name on it. Her blood turned cold. "Michael?" she called out, barely above a whisper. Nothing. She took one step inside, and a floorboard answered her from upstairs. A slow, dragging creak. Someone was up there. Emily wasn't sure if she wanted it to be Michael, or desperately hoped it wasn't. She grabbed the letter, but didn't open it yet. Not when fear was crawling up her spine like a living thing. Another creak, closer this time. "Michael?" Her voice cracked. Then, a cough. Weak, painful, human. Emily's knees nearly buckled at the sound. She would have recognized that cough anywhere. She rushed toward the staircase just as a figure appeared at the top. Her breath caught. It was him. But it wasn't. Michael looked like a man who had been through something unspeakable. Thinner, paler, dark circles hollowing his eyes, his hair unkempt, clothes hanging loosely as if he'd lost too much weight too fast. But when he saw her, his expression softened into the same look he had given her years ago, the last night they ever stood face to face. "Emily," he whispered, gripping the railing for support. "You shouldn't be here." She ran up a few steps, stopping only when she saw him flinch. "What happened to you? Why did you disappear? Why didn't you tell me you were dying?" Michael shook his head quickly, fear sparking in his eyes. "It wasn't just the illness, and I didn't disappear. I was..." His voice broke. "Hidden." "Hidden by who?" Michael swallowed hard, as if saying the next words might break something in him. "By the same people who built this house." Emily stared. "That doesn't make sense. Michael, this is just a house." "No," he cut her off sharply. "This house wasn't here 2 years ago. It wasn't here 6 months ago. Emily, this house wasn't on the map until the day I moved in." Her skin prickled, cold and tight. "What are you talking about? Houses don't just appear." Michael looked down the stairs nervously. "Read the letter. I wrote everything because I didn't know if I'd be alive when you arrived." Emily reached into her pocket, fingers shaking around the envelope. But before she opened it, Michael's expression suddenly twisted into horror. "Emily, don't move." Her heartbeat thudded in her throat. "What? What is it?" Michael pointed behind her. "Someone's in the house," Emily turned slowly. At first, she saw nothing. Then, from the living room, behind the edge of the wall, a shadow shifted. Not walking, not stepping, sliding. Emily's blood iced. The figure stopped halfway behind the wall, just visible enough to prove it wasn't her imagination. Emily grabbed Michael's arm. "What is that?" Michael tried to pull her toward him, but his strength failed. He stumbled down one step, wincing in pain. "That's why you need to leave," he rasped. "Emily, this house, it listens, it watches. It wasn't built to shelter me. It was built to contain me." Her breath caught. "Contain you? Why?" But before he could answer, the shadow moved again. Faster this time. A whisper rippled through the house, low and distant, like someone breathing against the walls. Michael shoved Emily toward the stairs. "Go, now." "No, I'm not leaving you again." His voice cracked like it physically hurt him. "If you stay, you will die in this house. Emily, please, this thing isn't done with me, but I'm done letting it take more from you." A sudden violent slam shook the house. The front door shut on its own, just like before. Only this time, it locked. Lights flickered. The air turned heavy. Emily grabbed Michael's hand, pulling him toward her. "You're coming with me." But he shook his head, eyes glistening. "I can't leave yet." "Why not?" Michael looked straight into her eyes. "Because the truth isn't in the letter." He placed his palm over his heart. "It's in me." Emily felt her world tilt. Thunder cracked outside. The house groaned like something alive. Michael squeezed her hand and whispered the words that would haunt her forever. "Emily, I wasn't sick the way you think. Something infected me, and it followed you here." Before she could answer, something massive shifted in the walls behind them. Emily gasped. Michael's grip tightened. "Run."